Hi, my name's Rob and I work for the City of Tea Tree Gully. We get plenty of inquiries about how to measure trees. So what I want to do today is walk you through the process for measuring trees to work out whether they're regulated. If a tree is regulated, what that generally means is that you cannot cut it down or prune the tree without a council approval. For more information on regulated trees, please visit our website. So the first thing to know is there's a few items you'll need to do the measurement. Firstly, it's a tape measure, preferably a flexible tape measure. I've also got here a non-flexible tape measure or a metal tape measure. The disadvantage of using one of these is that they don't bend that well around the tree. What that will mean is that your measurement might come out to be greater than what the measurement actually is. So we always recommend, if you can get your hands on one, to use a flexible tape measure like this. The second thing you'll need, particularly for multiple trunk trees, which I'll talk about next, is a pen and a calculator or a phone with a calculator on it, and also a notepad. This is so that you can take your measurements of the trunks that you've measured and then you can perform the calculation after. So the first thing we do to measure a tree, in this case we've got a single trunk tree, is we need to measure 1 metre above ground level to get your starting point for your measurement. It's important to note that when you've got ground that slopes, your measurement should be taken from the lowest point of the ground. In this case, the land is fairly flat, so it doesn't matter too much. So the first thing we do is we get our tape measure and we put it at ground level, and we'll measure up 1 metre, which is there, and we'll put a mark in the tree, and that's your starting point for your measurement. The next step is we need to obtain the circumference of the tree, and circumference is the measurement around the tree, around the trunk of the tree. So it's quite simple. At your starting point, you run your tape measure around the tree. You'll see in this case that the measurement comes out to 2.6 metres. Because the circumference of the tree is 2 metres or more, the tree is therefore regulated and can't be cut down. And there you have it. That's how you measure a single trunk tree. Okay, so now we're going to run you through how to measure a multiple trunk tree to determine whether it's regulated and therefore protected. You'll notice in this instance that the land is quite steep, so it's important to remember that your measurement needs to be taken from the lowest point of the ground. So in this case, the lowest point's around here, and we'll start our measurement from this point, and we need to measure 1 metre up from that lowest point. So you take your tape measure. So the first thing you can do is run the tape measure from the lowest point of the ground up 1 metre to work out your commencement measuring point, and it's around there. The next step is to work out the circumference of each trunk from that measuring point, and circumference is the measurement around the trunk. So from here we get our tape measure at our starting measuring point, wrap the tape measure around the tree like so to work out what the circumference of the tree is. And you'll see in this instance that the circumference is 1.5 metres. Using that same vertical measurement point from above ground level, now do the same process for the second trunk. And again, the measurement comes out to 1.5 metres. So, you've now got two measurements. With a multiple trunk tree, the formula for working out whether the tree is regulated is the average circumference of each trunk and then the combined circumference of both trunks. So to clarify, in this case, this circumference here of this first trunk is 1.5 metres and the second circumference is 1.5 metres. To work out the average, you add up those two circumferences, which equals 3 metres. You then divide that by 2, which comes out to 1.5 metres. So you know that the average is more than 625 mil, or 0.625 metres. And then you know that when the combined circumference being 1.5 metres plus 1.5 metres is more than 2 metres. Therefore, the tree is regulated. Having established that the tree is regulated, that means that the tree cannot be cut down or pruned without a council approval. However, I should point out that there are some exemptions to that, and there are some instances where particular trees and particular types of pruning don't require a council consent. For more information, please refer to our website.